And welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today we're going to be working on issue 57 of the Moomin House from D'Agostini. You can see I've got the clamps out already because this is going to be doing another wall, and I'm going to be doing some work on Moomin Mama's dressing table. So let's go ahead and get the parts open. What we've got here is rail E, and you can see right here that these are going to go just like that. That's the next wall. So we've got rail E, 2 times rail C right here. We have a rail L and a rail D, and they are marked. The L and the D. I mean, they're marked very small, but they are marked. 2 times rail B, 2 times rail A, or 3 times, sorry, rail A. We've got rail F here, and just the vertical strip for on the end. On top of that, we have the 2 drawers for the dressing table. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to build this out of order from what they say to do on the instructions. I'm going to build the wall after I do the drawers, because that way I can get the drawers done, I can get them painted, and we should be able to have everything done at the same time. So just like normal, got the char on here, and these are these I've already sanded the white off of the white paint. That's right. Since I rearranged the desk, I'm still trying to remember where I put things when I need them. But I'm going to go through here, and just like I usually do, I'm going to sand off 90% of the char. These drawers are going to be inside there, usually not going to be opened. So it doesn't matter that much. I just like to be consistent. So there's the first one. Really, I don't need to sand off most of the char on here. I just need to smooth this down here so that it will fit down in here into the drawer like that, and then I'll sand off the char on the top. I'll do the same thing on this one, and you might notice that I'm actually sanding, oops, piece of the sanding stick came off, piece of sandpaper. I'm actually sanding the top and the bottom of these because I figure the spot where it was connected to the rest of the wood will go down to the bottom. Matter of fact, while I am working on these other 2 pieces, let me put a drop of glue. On the sides and the bottom here. Come on. So that this will set up a little bit while I'm working on other things. Push this to where it's straight. Same on this side. Let me do the same on this one. I'm just putting the barest amount of glue on I have two bottles with carpentry glue in them. This one is better of the two. The other one, this one over here, flows a lot more. The glue comes out a lot more. So set these aside here. This one I've already sanded except for right there. Get this sanded off. Now, I'm not gonna thin the craft paint as much as I do a lot. I usually end up thinning it too much. So when I paint this in a few minutes, I will thin it some. But what I've been doing is almost 1-to-1 a lot of the times. And it's thinning too much so it doesn't dry well. Oh, look at that. I've got my first stain on my brand new mat. Little pink spot right there. Okay, so we're going to put this glue on here. Put the front face of the drawer on. Let me see what it says because it is actually a little bit, the face of the drawer is a little bit larger than the drawer itself. It doesn't say. So I'm going to match it up with the top and on the sides. There's a very small lip on the bottom. Actually, the way that sits in there, it needs to have the lip on the top. Otherwise, it won't slide in right. Excuse me. So let's do the same thing on here. You may notice if you look at the book over here versus mine, mine's a lot brighter pink. That's because I decided to make it a lot brighter pink. If we're going to do pink, we're going to really mean it. Okay, so that has got those. They can dry. I'm going to switch bottles now after I clear the dried glue out of the cap here. That's the one thing about these bottles is the glue tends to dry in the cap, and you don't get a good seal then, and it can end up drying out. Okay, so we'll take that cap off. The first thing we're going to do is take rail A, or rail A. And again, let's see, shorter tab at the top, just to make sure. There you go. These are identical. You see the shorter tab goes to the top. And we're going to put rail C right here, like this. And rail C is going to go here and here. What they want you to do is to do rail C, and I guess it really doesn't matter because they're going to end up doing all three of them, or you're going to end up doing all three of the rail A's. So it wants you to do rail C, rail A here, here, and here, and then come back and do it again on this rail C. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Making sure to keep the shorter tab to the bottom, or I mean, not to the bottom, to the top. Got the Q-tip here to grab the excess glue. While this is drying, while it's setting up, what I'm going to do is grab it with a clamp. See, that's That's the thing right now, is that the clamp will hold it, but it's still not quite setting enough because the clamp can shift a little bit. So now we're going to take the second rail C. Just make sure. Okay, the C goes to the top like that. I already did that on the other one. We're going to put a smaller drop of glue in each one of these. That one I got a little bit much into. Get these in place. Messy stuff doing this. And on the to the insides of the wall, the excess glue doesn't matter. It's on the faces that I got to worry about. So that should be relatively square. Turn to the next page, and we're going to take rail E right here. And again, the letter is going to go to the top. We're going to put glue here, here, and here, and put it onto the tops of the rail A's. You know, I have some tips. I wonder if they'll fit on there. I have to try that next time. So we're going to get this one on here. Okay, that's better. I had it too far down. It didn't want to slide on. I don't want all that excess on the tab. For the most part, this is squared up pretty well. And then it has us take wait a minute. Well, there you go. That was a mistake. I'm supposed to have, and these are starting to set up, I'm supposed to have rail A here and here. Rail B is supposed to be in this third spot here. Oh, way too much glue there. I'm making a mess of the bench. My brand new board. That's A. That's B. That would have been bad if I'd have left it the way it was. It had dried solid. And the key difference is that on rail B, there's an extra notch right here. Okay, we can set that down for right now. We'll go back over here, and this is where I caught it. So we've got rail A here, and part D is going to go on here. Rail D is going to go on here like this. Let me double check. Okay, rail A. Oh, okay. And then rail B is going to go on here like that. Okay. So we're going to put a little bit of glue here and here. Rail D, which has that little tab that sticks out there. It has the tab that sticks out to the left, plus it has the bump sticking out here to the right. Put that on there, and we're going to take rail L, and we're going to put it on the next one up. then we're going to take rail B. Actually, I'm doing it in the wrong order. That's okay. We're going to take rail B. We're going to put glue here and here, so the D and the L will fit onto it. Make sure your B is upside right. And then we're going to slide these on here. Clamp it here and here. What that's going to do is create a little wall section right out at the very end of the wall. We're going to put a little dab of glue on each of these. Slide the assembly here together onto rail E from before. I'm going to grab one of these clamps down here, slide it on there like that. There, that way you can see what I've actually done. And then rail F, again, letter up. Rail F is going to form the top of the door jamb. That's what those extra slots in rail E or rail B is for. Come on. So let me take this one, set that there. See if I can get this one into here. You may notice that I've kind of strategically removed everything from the bottom. I'm going to set this on here for a few minutes. Go ahead and take that one off as well. And hopefully it won't glue itself down. It will actually form itself correctly to where it's going to be in the house. So that's why I do this, because this last one didn't want to go in. Oh, and that's not good. I just had some glue seep out down there. So let me lift it up a little bit. Just take the furniture off. Pull this wall off so that I can actually get over to this side. I want it setting on there, but not all the way down. There we go. We'll set that off to the side for a moment while we move clamps out of the way. Grab some clippy sticks, as Ian likes to call them. Like I said, I'm just going to use it straight out of here this time. Pick a spot. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to paint the inside first. After I get that, I got a little hair of wood sticking up. We're going to take the brush. We're going to paint the inside of the drawer, just in case we should ever decide to open it again. Pretty sure that it will never get opened once it's put in there, but just in case. I do have grandkids, but my grandkids, most of them are in their 20s now. Or let's see. One just turned 18, one's 23, but I do have a couple that are very small. I think one of them is like 6. Don't keep it's hard to keep up with them actually. So we're going to paint that side, so that's where I'm going to clip it. And then we're going to go ahead and do the inside. This other one. Yeah, the younger one's in Cal. No, the younger one, the youngest grandson is up in Milwaukee, and we do not see him very often. It's been a couple of years actually, because his mother has issues with mostly me. But that's not a topic for a YouTube video. Okay, so we'll set this one down. We'll come back over to this one. We'll grab it with a clippy stick. Ian has polluted my mind with that word. And we're going to tape paint the rest of this drawer. I just saw something that I don't like. There's a clump in my paint. So we're going to grab some from the side of the bottle here. Almost done with this one. Get the bottom of the drawer painted. The nice thing about the craft paint is it's cheap, so that when it starts to clump up, you just throw it away. Bad thing is, this is a brand new bottle of paint. Opened it a couple of videos ago on the Moomin House, and it's already clumping up. Come on, stay there. So grab this one with a clippy stick. Shame on you, Ian. You've polluted my mind with that word. I think I already said that. You can see a little bit the difference that sanding the char off makes. So you can see here, I sanded the char off of there. I did not sand it off the back there. In camera, it's not coming across as well as it does in person, but I can tell the difference between whether it was sanded or not. A little bit more. And the back, or back to bottom here. The nice thing about the craft paint, another nice thing about it is, even on top of, and actually more, is than the fact that it is cheap. I was trying to remember what I was saying. Better than the fact that it's cheap, it also dries really fast. So in a minute or so, I'll be able to put those into the dressing table. I won't, because they still have to cure a little bit. If I put them in that quickly, they'll probably glue themselves with the paint in there. So I'll do a good cleaning on my paintbrush instead. You can see paintbrush looks relatively clean. When I take it out of the soap, you can see pink coming out of the brush. I'm not positive if I'm using the right technique, but what I'm doing works for me. The brush is going to be refreshed. And one last time. You leave a little bit of the soap in there. It'll dry, it'll disappear. I'll knock over the drawer and hopefully not put it on my cabinet, but it'll dry on there. It won't interfere with the paint, but it does refresh the brush. Okay, so back over here, we should be able to take all of these clips off of here. You can see the wall is pretty much done. It's cured pretty well, but I do have one last spot to put. Didn't dry fit, shame on me, so I have to do this right the first time. What you want to do is you want to make sure that this angle here and this angle here match. Got them lined up, put them together, push it in there. Get all kinds of excess glue coming out. But it is, because it is still wet, it is floating pretty well. I want to make sure that these are lined up. It stays lined up top and bottom. Like that. That should be good. Move this out of the way. We'll open the knobs for the drawers. Put them in here so that I don't lose them. I couldn't find this earlier. It was behind me. Put a little drop. Come on. A little bit of glue in there. I can take these drawers now. The easiest way is going to be to not drop the knob in the glue. This is what I almost did. But you want to just dip the end of the knob in there. Slide it into the drawer. They always say about 1 millimeter out. So about like that. And it is actually sticking out on the inside. Will show. Actually, it should be fine. It'll go in there just like that. So let's grab the other one. Do the same thing on it. Let's peel this dried paint off of here. Dip it in there. Push it into the hole. Just a little bit out. There's that one. We can go ahead and set this into the dressing table. And now the dressing table is done. that, let me just double check the instructions. Indeed it is. Hang on, subscribers to the collection receive these delightful. Yes, I got many extra parts because I was subscribed. But that, my friends, is all there is to do in stage 57. Hope you're enjoying this build. I am. It is a slow build. The build up on the Moomin house is slow because there's a lot to build and paint and glue on every issue. While I'm talking, I'm putting this back on here. But it comes out looking really fantastic. Go ahead and get this one on here. I want to show you what it is going to look like. Well, give you an idea of what it's going to look like when it's done. This floor. And it's still having the issue it has in the past couple of times, that it's not lining up perfectly. And I did mention this in the last episode that these will tend to stick up. But that right there is how these walls will go together. You can see the seam is right in the middle. But as I was saying, hope you're enjoying this build. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Be notified of any time I post new content, if that is your desire. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow. And I will see you in the next video. Modelmania, hard work models, plastic modeling, wooden models. Buckman's Modelmania, hard work models, plastic modeling, wooden models.